Hello. After attending Atomy seminars in the U.S., I have become more hopeful. That's because more and more local Americans are joining Atomy. Before, only second-generation Koreans were really ever involved, but now there are a lot more local Americans who are joining us. Our overnight seminar went on until midnight, but there were many people who participated till the very end. As I saw them take part in the performances, I truly felt that they were melding into our Atomy culture. I felt that Atomy was truly becoming global. Right now in Korea, amongst Korean companies, we are #1 in revenue. It can be said that Atomy has become a network marketing company that represents Korea. I expect Atomy will be able to take Korean products all across the world. I also expect Atomy to take on the role of a global distribution hub. I came across network marketing for the first time in 1992 in Australia. I actually have a lot of experience in the manufacturing industry. I worked as an employee for 17 years. I used to be in charge of making car parts through plastic engineering. In fact, I was on a business trip in Australia to sell car parts when my friend there introduced network marketing to me. I realized how revolutionary this market could really be, and that was how I got into network marketing. Soon, I found out that I could not become rich with my salary. It could not prepare for my life after retirement. So I quit my job and became a network marketing contractor. I was quite successful as a network marketing contractor. It was prospected that a network marketing model mixed with an internet shopping mall would become big. So I thought that in order for network marketing to survive, I needed to start this new business. I did not receive any investment from companies, but I somehow personally managed to come up with the funds that I needed. The business that I started was IamKorea.com. It was an internet shopping mall where about 50 network marketing companies would sell their products on this platform. So I naturally quit my job as a contractor, and I took on a CEO role in this new company. And while I was running this new business, there were once again many pyramid schemes that just swept through Korea. Although investing money to reap profits is within the field of finance because they were using network marketing tactics by collecting people and funds, people thought that these companies represented network marketing as a whole. That is why the entire society started to see network marketing companies in a very negative light. That is why the first company that I started collapsed because of the bad reputation of network marketing companies. I had become totally bankrupt. I had no house, and my car was taken away. I had to live in a tiny apartment. There are also many instances where CEOs become very ill when they fail in their business pursuits. I was also diagnosed with liver cirrhosis and diabetes. My health became very bad. So my doctor friend told me that I should not be working anymore. I told him I still need to support my family. And he said, "Even a father who does not earn money is better alive than he is dead." And I remember my friend telling me this. He told me it was more important for me to be alive. And I had no choice. I accepted my friend's suggestion. And I was in a state where I simply could not work anymore. While I was sick, I thought about what I could do if I were to become better again. And it came to my mind that I could be a network marketing contractor. If my health were to improve just a little, I thought I could do it. Becoming a CEO was too much burden for me, and the stress was just too much. I could not manage a business with my health in that condition. I thought that if I were able to find a good company, I could go under that company and work as a contractor. I thought of a company that would have excellent training. Maybe I would be able to start from the bottom, because those in the higher ranks would have much to worry about. So I started to explore to see if there was such a company where I could start from the lower ranks. While I was on the lookout for this kind of company, I had 4 criteria that I had used to measure the worth of the company. I started to look for companies that would meet 4 of these criteria that I had set. The company had to meet all 4 of them. The 4 criteria were the following. First, the CEO must be experienced and competent within this field. Another aspect that I looked at was the CEO's integrity. Second was the company's products. The consumers had to be repurchasing the products. In order for this to happen, the products had to be high quality, and it had to be affordable. Another condition was that it needed to be daily household items. That's because no matter how good or cheap, some people will not buy luxury products. But daily household items are consumed by all people. Everybody uses these things. So, if the products are good and cheap, a stable revenue will be inevitable. That is why one of the criteria was that the consumers had to be repurchasing the products. Third was the compensation plan. The compensation plan had to be easy and long-term oriented. Also, it needed to be in balance. For example, if only high-ranking members were to take a lot, or if not enough was compensated for those who got promoted, that would not motivate the members at all. That is why it was important that low-ranking members and those who were promoted to high ranks would both be motivated to continue to work hard. That is why one condition was that the company had to have a good balance in its compensation plan. For the fourth condition, the company needed to have a system to train members for success. Because I myself was really not healthy. I was not confident to lead others as a leader. I thus thought that the company needed to have a system that would make its members successful. And these were the four criteria that I was looking for in a company that I could join. I looked for such a company for about 3 years, but I couldn't find it. There were many network marketing companies all across the world, and quite a few in Korea as well. However, I did not find a single company that satisfied all four of these criteria. The only thing I was looking for was a company where I could go under and work as a contractor. But I couldn't find such a company, and that is why I started Atomy. When I first started Atomy, what then do you think I had in mind? I had these four criteria in my mind as I was starting Atomy. In some network marketing companies, their CEOs have no experience in network marketing. That is why, in some cases, the company's revenue would go up for a short period, but because the compensation plan was not designed very wisely, the company would change the compensation plan. And in some cases, the compensation would go down as a contractor was promoted. That is why if a CEO of a company has no experience, there are many side effects that surface, and the CEO gets swayed by foolish contractors. The CEO must first know about the structure of network marketing. I actually have worked as a contractor. I've started from the bottom, and I have reached the peak. I was the first president of Korea's Network Marketing Leaders Club. There were 23 successful people in the club, and I was the first president, so I know the ins and outs of a network marketing contractor. And I also know what leaders in this industry want to do. I'm telling you, I know what's on their mind once they reach the peak. When they start making some money, money does not become their goal anymore. The next goal is fame. In such cases, many waste everything they've got. That is why I'm taking precautions by telling all of you what not to do when you reach that position. That is why one of our company's mottos is serve in humility. The point is to be more humble as one goes up higher in position. That is why I chose serve in humility as one of the main points for our company's motto. You know who is humble? Those who are new to the business. Yeah. They just started. They're not making any money yet, and they don't know anything. People usually become proud when they become leaders. That's when people start to think very highly of themselves. They become proud. That is when one must become humble. Anyhow, the CEO should have prior experience in network marketing. Do you think I've been a center leader before or not? I have been a center leader before, and it was pretty darn difficult. That is why I know what is needed in a center. I know what kind of support a center needs. Actually, I want to give a lot of center fees to the center leaders. However, if I do that, there's going to be a lot of bad side effects. Do you want to know what kind of side effects? A member who has quite a lot of power will get greedy and talk bad things about the center leader. Why? Because they want to branch out. People will think that they can profit from the center fees. So people will continually break off from the centers. There is synergy when people gather, but if I give out too much, the center will continue to divide and it will end up losing its strength. In some cases, it is better for the center to split up. But if the center fees are just too great, the leaders of the center force them not to leave. They stop people from opening up new centers. This all happened in the US and Japan and in Korea as well. In some cases, they have to split up, and a new center needs to be planted. But the center leader might stop a new center from opening. However, if I only give a little bit of a center fee, then the center leaders will have such a difficult time and they won't be able to operate it. So there's going to be problems there too. That is why such a fine line needs to be drawn. Things like this, if you don't experience it, you won't ever get it. Such things are not written about in books. You need to experience this sort of thing firsthand. And that is why I'm saying that somebody like me knows the difficulties of running a center because I've experienced it all before. The CEO's ability is also very important. You need to know some IT. You also need to know how to manage an organization. Network marketing has many similarities with a normal business. You need to break the profit margins and manage personnel. You need to pay taxes and know about balance sheets. You will need to know how to make a cash flow chart. You need to be able to read all this in one glance. That is why it is very important that the CEO actually has the ability to manage a company. Some people are good at managing small businesses. But if a company were to grow all of a sudden, that person might not have the ability to manage the company. The CEO might ruin the company because of his incompetency. There are also many cases where CEOs do not even know how to separate the money from the companies. A CEO must not think of money as money. He must only see it as a number. He must see it as numbers to manage. That is why he must be able to manage using statistics. And he must also be able to plan appropriately for the success of the business. Atomy's IT system is actually quite outstanding. It's really very good. Though I'm not behind a computer, I can still use my cell phone to check the company's revenue, the company's profits, and see in real time how the company is actually doing. From morning until now, I can check how much our expenses and revenues are. I can also check the expense ratio and the actual profit of the company. I can check all of this by time slot. We have designed our IT system so that I can just use my cell phone to check everything about our company. Also, all of our overseas branch managers get to make their own decisions. I don't have to approve of anything for them. I have delegated all the authority to them to make decisions, and that means they can use as much money as they want. At the same time, the system is designed so that I can see in one glance how all this money is being spent. So I've delegated all the authority while being able to monitor everything. That is why I am able to read all of the balance sheets and the cash flow of the entire business. This enables me to be able to think strategically where I should invest the current funds of our company. I am doing all the strategy with the actual management data that our IT system provides. If the CEO does not have these abilities, he will fail. All of this is just the basics. If the CEO cannot do this, he will fail in managing the company. Next, the consumers must repurchase the products on their own. Many consumers would buy other network marketing products, but only once. After the first time, the consumer must voluntarily repurchase the products. So a contractor might be able to sell the products by approaching the consumers and doing cold calls. However, some of these products are not as good as advertised, and if so, the contractors will have nothing to say. A contractor might be able to get the consumer to use it once. But not much else can be done if the consumer uses it and is unsatisfied, no matter how good you are at sales. If the consumer does not repurchase the product, it's of no use to you. In network marketing, the first level of consumers that you introduce the products to, and those in the next level, must repurchase the products. And those on top must also continue to buy the products. But let's say the consumers on top don't continue to buy the products. Only these people here buy the products, but not these people here. Let's say repurchase is not happening for the previous consumers. That means the revenue of only the lowest consumer base here must pay all of the people here on top. If the pie becomes this big, the revenue earned just by this group here is not enough. That would not be a sustainable model. The system will collapse because it cannot maintain itself. That is why if the consumers do not repurchase the products, that business will not be able to succeed. Now, because repurchases are not happening for many companies, they force the consumers to repurchase their products. This is called the maintaining condition. It is a condition that must be met for a contractor to receive compensation. A condition is applied to the contractors. Compensation is given to only those who meet the revenue requirements. Such conditions are set for the contractors. That is why in many other network marketing companies, in order to receive more compensation, you have to buy more products. Soon, these products will fill your house. This is because the contractors keep buying products for their compensation. These are some of the side effects. But if each consumer buys the products for their own needs, soon all Korean people will use our products. Then Atomy's revenues will not drop. Why? These people will repurchase our products, and these contractors will use them for compensation. These people here will buy it because it will provide income, and these people here can make great money, so they'll use it. The people on top will make even more money, so they buy it. Of course, the motive of buying might be different, but no one loses out in this whole system. Why? Because people on the bottom will use it anyway because the products are good and affordable. These people are not buying something that they don't need. They are buying household items which they need. If not our products, they are going to buy it from somewhere else. They will go to discount stores or buy it through TV home shopping. Consumers will buy it through internet shopping malls or from any other sources. Since our products are high quality and affordable, it benefits the consumers just by using our products. The consumers are benefiting not just by compensation income, but merely by buying our products. It's that simple. A company's products must have such leverage. That is why when I first founded this company, I knew our products would be high quality. Then I started to decrease the price as well. The marketing plan must be simple, and it must be stable in the long run. The company also needs to have a balanced marketing plan. If you look at many American network marketing companies, most of them have a breakaway plan. Let me explain what the breakaway plan is. More specifically, there's something called a stair-step breakaway plan. In this system, if you have only one line under you, then you can only receive compensation down to 2 levels under you. That's the basic concept of this system. For example, if you have 2 lines, you can only receive compensation down to 3 levels, down to here only. That is, if you only have 2 lines. If you are able to have 3 lines under you, you can receive compensation down to 4 levels under you. And that's how that works. So, this is a system that encourages the contractors to keep branching out to 3, 6, 9, 12 lines. This system is called the stair-step breakaway plan because it shows that the more lines you have, you can receive more compensation in the shape of a stair-step. However, this means no matter how deep your line is, if you only have 1 line, you can only receive compensation down to 2 levels. So, you will not be able to put other people under this line, right? That means you must put people directly under yourself. This does not promote a capitalism of coexistence. It makes it inevitable for each person to work for themselves. So, only competent people are able to succeed in companies that adopt this breakaway plan. That is why there are rumors that one person has earned more than $10 million in Korea. Just one. In our company, one person cannot make $10 million. There is one thing, though. All network marketing companies, including ours and others, are allowed to give compensation only up to 35% of total revenue. So, if one person receives a lot of money, what do you think happens to all the people down here? That is why, unless you're a Superman, you cannot succeed. It is difficult to succeed in these kinds of companies. Their marketing plans are very difficult. I was actually going to go to one of these companies. I felt like I would succeed in these kinds of companies. However, my conscience would not allow me to tell others that they would succeed if they were to do as I did. Though these companies say that anyone can succeed, the truth is, unless you are Superman, you will not succeed. However, if you look in Atomy, those who became successful were not those who had special talents. They were normal people who ran karaokes, who worked as chauffeurs. There's also an old lady who's over 70 years old. If you look at each of those who were successful, all of them are just normal people. Actually, most of them are less talented than normal people. The reason for this is because we have a binary system. In Atomy, you can only have 2 lines. You cannot have a third line. You can't have it. This makes people put others under these 2 lines. You cannot make a 4th line, so you have to branch out down here. Same with the 5th line. You have to branch out down here. This is what it means to truly coexist. If you know a little bit about marketing plans, you can know that Atomy has an amazing marketing plan. That is why I thought that it had to be a binary system. At the same time, I wanted to prevent the system from overloading, so it had to be a stable system. There is also something called the in value. The in value is the least amount of income one can receive as compensation. Network marketing companies give 35% in compensation. The in value is the total number of members who get a share from the total 35% of revenue. So, 1 divided by the value in is the least amount a member can receive in compensation. That means that the more the people, the basic the share of compensation decreases, right? Then only the early members will be paid a lot, and those who joined late might not receive very much. This is one of the problems of the binary system. However, this is not happening with Atomy. Now, the reason for this is because we have placed many safety measures. First, the marketing plan must be easy. You do not have to make many lines in Atomy. Second, the marketing plan must be safe in the long term. Third, at the same time, it must be permanent. When I was looking for a company to join, I noticed that there were no companies that had all of these criteria. What's the 4th criteria? It had to have a training system. If this training system does not exist, then the contractors have to do everything by themselves. However, in Atomy, we explain everything for the members every week. And all you have to do is invite others to Success Academy, and the lecturers explain everything for you. We teach you what you must do to succeed. That is why I'm telling you, don't try to persuade other people by yourself. Just tell them, come to Success Academy with me. That's all you have to do. Soon, we will not be able to hold all the members we have. When that time comes, we will use our IT capabilities, and people will be able to log in from their smartphones. Members will be able to view the lectures through the website. Atomy has created a system where the members are able to learn. It is quite complicated to explain to others about our marketing plan. I'm telling you not to try to explain it yourself. You don't need to study the marketing plan. Atomy's educational video will explain it for you. Let's see the video on the screen.
신나는 애터미 마케팅 플랜! PV는 하위 그룹에서도 생겨나는데 나에게 누적되는 PV를 본인 매출 PV, 하위 그룹에서 발생한 PV에서 매출이 큰 쪽을 대실적, 적은 쪽을 소실적이라고 부릅니다.
All the explanation, including Atomy's marketing plan, will be done within 19 minutes through this educational video. If you want to study this marketing plan, it will take you at least 6 months. Some take 6 years, and 6 months if you happen to be smart. That's going to slow everything down. That is why if you just listen to this video, you can understand everything in just 19 minutes. You don't have to understand everything to explain to others. Just let people know where the information is. As I told you, this is the know-where age. All you have to do is give them a business card that has atomy.kr for Korea or usaatomy.com for the US. Then you just have to say, go to this website. And if you give them your user ID and password, the other person can access the website and they can register. Then they will be able to buy our products. That is why I'm telling you, this business is a cutting-edge business. That is why Atomy is a business where you can earn money by letting other people know where the essential information is. The essential question is, does a company have such a system? If not, you have to learn everything by yourself and explain it to others. However, if you pass on the information, but the next person does not, the flow of information will end there. That is why it is critical to have such a system. For people who can't explain about our marketing plan, they will need a company with such a system more than anyone. The conclusion is, whether you know much or not, all you have to do is just let them watch our videos. Because of this, now information can be disseminated at an exponential rate. Information can be passed on from 10 to 100 and from 100 to 1,000 people. If it takes 6 months for you to study the marketing plan and pass it on to others, and then 6 more months for that person to pass it on to others again, it will be a very slow process. When I say that Atomy can be the #1 company in the world in the future, these are not just empty words. Because of Korea's advanced IT technology, we plan to use this technology to overtake companies that have a 50-year history within 10 or 15 years. I hope that all of you here will be able to make $20,000 to $50,000 a month when that time comes, just like the leaders here. We didn't have anything when we first started off, but we were able to come this far. We are now #1 amongst Korean network marketing companies, and I'm sure you can imagine how much more we will grow within the next 5 years. Next time, I will explain how Atomy can act as a ladder to help you climb the social ladder. I'll explain more next time. This is the end of my first lecture. Thank you very much.